Alright guys, I'm back with my WWE SummerSlam review series, and today I'm also going to review SummerSlam 1990. And SummerSlam 1990, in my opinion, it wasn't good as like I would say 88 was, because 88 was the first one, and that was really good to really set off the series. And obviously 89, it was decent to good, but and then we get to 1990, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm not really digging this SummerSlam. I don't know why. It's just kind of in my opinion. I just I don't know. I think we had maybe too many promo segments, or was it? It was just wasn't interesting. I don't know what it was, but let's get into this anyway. So we have Pals of Glory, which is Hercules and Roma defeat the Rockers, Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty. Basically, they work over Shawn and the most of the match and Marty, and they get the win. Um, I thought it was a good opener. I wouldn't complain about it. Then we had the Texas Tornadoes defeat Mr. Perfect. The Texas Tornadoes defeated Mr. Perfect, sorry, for the Intercontinental Championship. So we had it, obviously the Texas Tornado as your new IC champion. So we got a title change here. Then after that we had Queen Sherry defeats Sophia by forfeit. So basically this was here. We had a feud between Ted DiBiase and there was beginning to have a feud between Ted DiBiase and Dusty Rhodes. They started that feud on this show after the Macho Man and Dusty Rhodes feud, because that was later on in the night. So basically what was happening was, apparently Sophia kind of got kidnapped, they were saying, or something like that. The Million Dollar Man and Virgil took her into a limo and they drove away earlier or later on in the night. And basically, Queen Sherry won her match by forfeit. I thought this was a great way to get heat on Sherry, and yeah, um, it wasn't a match, but whatever. And then we got the Warlord versus Tito Santana. The Warlord defeats Tito Santana. Then we had the Hart Foundation versus Demolition in a 2 out of 3 falls match for the WWF Tag Team titles. I thought this was a good match. I mean, these two teams worked their asses off. I really do want the Demolition into the WWE Hall of Fame next year. I've said that in my 88 review and my 89 review. And I really want to see Demolition, and I want to see the Hart Foundation in there. I was thinking, like, man, the Hart Foundation was a badass team in the 80s. And I do want, the Hart Foundation to go in there as well. So yeah, but they had a good match. The first fall goes to Demolition, then they kind of get like 2-0 up, and then Jimmy the Anvil Neidhart gets the first fall. Then Brett gets the second, and then Brett gets the other fall to get the win. So the Hart Foundation are the new WWF Tag Team Champions. Then we had let's speed this down a bit here. We had Jake the Snake defeat Bad News Brown by disqualification. Big Boss Man was there as a special guest ref, and they was building this up as which animal is going to attack what wrestler first. Was Damien going to attack Bad News Brown, or was the Silver Rats going to attack Big Boss Man and Jake the Snake? And obviously they sent him by DQ because Bad News Brown was doing some interference. So yeah, it was a short match, but you know what? It was cool. Then we had Nicholas Volkov and Jim Duggan versus the Orient Express of Santana and Tanaka. We have Mr. Fuji. Bayfaces go over. Then after that we had the Macho King Randy Savage versus Dusty Rhodes. It was a short match, basically. Sensational Sherry, interferes and it helps Macho Man get the win. After that, well, actually, Ted DiBiase, was distracting Dusty, and then Dusty is looking for Ted, and then Ted and Virgil drive away in a limo. I thought this was a good finish, and also that led into Ted DiBiase versus Dusty Rhodes later that year, I believe. Then we had Hulk Hogan with the Big Boss Man defeat Earthquake. I mean, like I said, it was a typical Hulk Hogan match. Like I said, he had his Hulk Hogan looks like brother, brother, oh brother, and whatever. And then we had the main event. Oh yeah, Hogan won by counter, by the way. Because and also I want to talk about this before I move on to the main event. We had the Earl Hebner's shirt get ripped apart. I think by Earthquake or Dino Bravo. I don't know who the hell ripped his shirt, but you could just see like rips on his like ref shirt. Like you won't see that in today's WWE. Then we had the WWF title on the line. It was the Ultimate Warrior defending against Ravishing Rick Rude in a steel cage match. And remember, guys, in the '89 review, they were feuding for the IC title. Now, a year later, 1 year later, they're feuding again, but it's for the WWF Championship. And I was watching this, I was thinking, man, I mean, I wish they would have put the WWF title on Ravishing Rick Rude. I mean, he was one of the top heels in that company for this, around this time. Like he was the top heel with like Macho Man and Jake and Mr. Perfect at the time, and Bobby the Brain. And I was thinking like he never won a WWF title match in WWF. He had to go to WCW to win his 2 world title matches, and also he had that nasty back injury in '94. But yeah. It was a good match. Like I said, Bobby the Brain tries to interfere, but basically the Ultimate Warrior drags him into the match because before that, Ultimate Warrior got hit in the head with the steel cage door by the Brain. Then the Brain gets attacked by like a low blow, something like that. And then the Ultimate Warrior does his slam, and then he walks out the cage, and he's your new WWF champion. And well, he's still the WWF champion. And I thought this was a good match. It was a short match. Like I said, you're not going to get a technical match out of these two guys. Like Rick Rude, he's a technical guy, but he can adapt to kind of like the Ultimate Warrior style, which is kind of just like rough power slams and shit like that. So yeah, I thought it was a good match and good main event. And actually, that was the first time actually that Hulk Hogan wasn't main eventing at SummerSlam, because also the first two he was main eventing with obviously Hogan with Macho Man and Miss Elizabeth as the Mega Powers, and then he was main eventing with Brutus Beefcake and himself versus Macho Man and Zeus. Yeah, they main evented '89. But also here we had a Warrior and Rick Rude main event, so I thought that was pretty cool. So yeah, that's my WWE SummerSlam '89 review. What do you guys think of this SummerSlam? Leave your thoughts down below, guys, and I'll check you later.